Wow, what a beautiful day. Can't wait to visit my favorite place, the Sega Dryopolis Arcade in Shanghai, China. Oh, and they just finished building that 50-foot tall Sonic statue on the roof. I'm sure that won't be any danger. That's a great idea. Oh my god, is that Sonic?
Hey!
Wow, great statue. What's up, people? Today, we're going to be talking about video game statues in real life. Yep, it's time to shut that computer, unplug that Switch, destroy that Xbox, because today, we're going to go outside. First, let's go to the site of that unfortunate incident you had to witness in the beginning of the video, to the Sega Dryopolis Arcade in Shanghai, China. Coinciding with the grand opening of the arcade, Sega decided to put a massive Sonic statue sitting at the top of the building to attract visitors. As what is probably the largest statue in this video, Sonic was made to be roughly 50 feet tall to attract the attention of all of the people passing by, some sort of local landmark. The statue was made as a way to promote the Sega arcade it was placed on top of, and pictures of its creation show that it was really quite an intricate project that a lot of people had their hands in to create. There was a careful level of detail and polish to the model, with the individual ridges of Sonic's shoes and wrinkles at the wrist of his glove just being visible, the tiny details like this just making the statue come alive. This must have been really cool to just see a top of a building from a distance, too. Just looking out of your apartment and seeing a giant Sonic statue just staring into your bathroom window. It's great. But what makes it really upsetting is that it was taken down roughly 3 years later in 2019 due to safety risks. I mean, come on. What, is it going to fall off a building or something? Oh, yeah, sorry, man. Maybe I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, some other promotional game statues have actually been broken by people, like this Kazooie statue outside of the Rare headquarters in the UK. Who has a vendetta against Banjo-Kazooie? That's besides the point. Luckily, Kazooie was restored, but I want to take a moment to recognize Rare for their statues. I mean, they pretty frequently post pictures of the numerous statues they keep outside of their office, like Banjo, Kazooie, Conker. And who the hell is this? That statue of two wolves riding a dinosaur is actually a relic of a character that doesn't actually exist, and a game that was totally reworked. Towards the end of the N64's life cycle, Rare was developing a game called Dinosaur Planet, announced at E3 2000, and it was to be a massive, Zelda-like RPG that would push the limits of the Nintendo 64. The player will control two characters, Saber, who looks like a weird love child between Link and Fox, and Crystal, whose fault it is that furries exist. And honestly, I understand it now. And they would switch between their two storylines throughout the game. Statue was made for E3 2000, and the game was praised by critics for its mind-blowing graphics at the time, and its release was highly anticipated by fans. Later, in 2000, Miyamoto went to go observe Rare's development footage and immediately saw the resemblance between the protagonist, Saber, and Fox McCloud from the Star Fox series. Miyamoto had been interested in the idea of an RPG Star Fox game in the vein of Zelda, and so he requested Rare rework the game to include the Star Fox license. Additionally, the game was moved to the GameCube. Dinosaur Planet was completely reworked into a Star Fox game called Star Fox Adventures, and it would release as Rare's final game before being bought out by Microsoft in 2002. This statue remains as a tangible relic of a completely reworked game, and a memorial to the greatness of Rare before they were double sucked by Microsoft and forced to make bad video games. Speaking of bad video games, League of Legends also has multiple statues made of it, from the infamous Annie and Tibber statue in Riot HQ, to a bronze statue of a couple champions fighting, to a red tower being placed in Brazil.
Huh?
Screw top lane, I'm gonna go to Brazil in this game, damn. It was constructed in 2015 to help players connect more outside of the game, which is a very fruitless effort considering it's made for League of Legends players. Yeah. And while these League statues may be trying to gather players, they may end up inadvertently attracting religious worshippers. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Outside of a Chinese gaming cafe stood the statue of the champion Garen from League of Legends. And security cam footage showed an old lady who repeatedly came day after day to pray to the statue, believing it to be Lord Guan, an ancient Chinese deity. Not sure if I see the correlation, but you know, screw it. I'm gonna get on my knees for Garen too. Like, why not? Imagine this happening with a different video game character, like, "Oh, Goddess Monica, please shower your blessings upon me." Okay. Now, to finish up, there's one more Sonic statue that actually has a bit of interesting history behind it. In the 2010s, a Japanese biker posted a picture of this worn-down Sonic the Hedgehog statue from a catalog of pictures from his motorbiking trip. And this immediately captured the attention of people on the internet, as a mysterious Sonic statue hidden away in the woods is exactly the kind of shit that makes Reddit sleuths cream their pants. And the biker wasn't sure exactly where the statue was across the trail, so message boards were combing through Google Maps until they found the location of the statue. With better pictures, we can analyze the statue now. Sonic is riding a snowboard, looking off of it and holding the bottom like he's doing a trick. Damage in the statue is apparent and the colors are faded. The nose appeared to be cut off and now lost, and the bottom of the board is slowly wearing away. While it was properly located now, many questions were still in the heads of people. Where did the statue come from? Why was it made? Did Sega still own this? And if so, why is it randomly in the woods? As the Reddit musketeers clicked away in their basements, they were quickly able to pester enough people to find answers. After years of searching, the statue's location was found on a Google Street View and kept between the musketeers to avoid further vandalism. As you can already see, Sonic's missing nose and other blemishes on the statue. The statue was initially from Sega World Kodama, another Sega arcade much like the one in Shanghai we mentioned earlier. The owner of this arcade was friends with a Japanese family who lived in these mountains and gave them this old Sonic statue as a gift. They left it out in the mountains and eventually worked together with fans to restore it. For a highly detailed explanation of the complete saga surrounding the statue, I recommend Badnik Mechanics videos on this situation as it unfolded. So yeah, that's all we have to talk about today. I'm sure there's other cool video game statues out there, and if you would like us to make another video talking about it, please just let us know down below. And let us know what you thought of this video. Any suggestions, anything you liked, we'd love to hear it. So, go out there, don't forget to pray to your favorite video game deity every night, and remember, you are out of this world.